start of the season, there's a lot of negativity towards our team in 2012. Like but there was not a lot of senior players or people who players who had experience. There's only a handful of people who had played maybe 1 or 2 years before 2012. So nobody believed in us. Even our supporters from our school were criticizing us. But so at the start of the season, we were placed as underdogs, and I think everyone knows that. But then we trained hard, and when the sevens tournament came up, we thought we were ready. From there onwards, everyone started, even if a supporter saw me on the road, they were like, "What are you doing? What's going on? You're not worthy of being a captain. This team is not worthy of being a Isipathana first 15 team." So there was a lot going on. The first league game was against Vidyartha. There was a lot of pressure on us. We were smashed during the sevens by a lot of teams. So there was a lot of negativity and criticism, and there was a lot going on. So there was a lot of pressure on us. So the first game was against Vidyartha, and I'm pretty sure they were promoted the year before us. So they were a fresh team. That was the first game, and we drew that game, even though there was only maybe 4 or 5 senior players on that team. So after the first game, we sat back down, went to square one. We just focused a lot more, and we were really dedicated towards really improving ourselves as a team. We won the second game. And then the next game, we improved even more. So like that, we gradually improved ourselves as a team. So yeah, by the end of the season, I think after we looked back towards the start of the season, none of us could believe how much we had improved as a team. All the fans and friends who were putting us down at the start of the season as not worthy of being a first 15 side at Isipathana were, applauding us at the end of the season. So that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to prove ourselves as, a worthy team who has represented Isipathana, and we ended up lifting the schools league trophy and also the schools knockout trophy as well. So I think it's safe to say that we have more than proven ourselves. So like I said, at the start of the season, it was I had a bunch of junior players. There was only maybe 4 or 5 players who had played 2-3 matches. Then we had Kumendra Dharmadasa, who started off as the halfback, but then as the season progressed, we sort of identified that he was more lethal as a fly half. So we shifted him towards the fly half role, and then we had ThePapare, who was initially playing fly half, but then we shifted him onto the first center role. We had the likes of Sudhampar in the Ganidu Lakshan, Arun Kumara, Ganuko Disanayaka. All of those players were very influential players. Unforgettable moments. One of the most significant moments I'll never forget in my life is winning the the Major Milroy Trophy against Royal College. We were down by maybe at least 15 points, if I can remember properly. But then, by that time, we had really bonded as a team. Like there was maybe towards the latter part of the season, so we believed in ourselves. Everyone was believing in us as a team. So even though they were leading by 15 points or more, we didn't give up. Like we were calm, we were comfortable. We knew at the end of the day we would somehow win the game. As we believed, I think we were still trailing by a try and a conversion, I think, by about 10 minutes to the final whistle. We were still not panicking because we were that comfortable, like with each other as a team, that we believed in ourselves. So during those last 10 minutes, we managed to score 2 tries and somehow turn the game around and ended up winning the trophy. We managed to beat Trinity, and beating Trinity is not an easy task, so we managed to beat them and ended up double champs. Yeah, so that's another unforgettable moment.